Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a rear main replacement on this 2003 Cummins ISM. The easy way, no special tools required. So let's take a look. Like and subscribe if this video helped you out. I'll be going through torque specs and bolt sizes. This is our replacement part. Make sure that you get this part number for the Cummins ISM as well as the M11s and the M14s. If you get a parts guy who doesn't know what he's doing, they might give you the original style, which is much more difficult to install. So we're going to go ahead and start by cleaning this guy off. You can see that it wasn't really leaking on this one. I just had the transmission out, doing a clutch on this one, and while I'm in here, we're going to go ahead and replace this seal. So spray down with some brake clean. In your case, you'll probably have a lot more cleanup to do than I do here. I'm just kind of wiping off a lot of the clutch dust, and we'll spend a little more time cleaning up after we pull the seal out. Well, we're going to go ahead and buzz out these 11 13mm cap screws that hold this seal in. We'll probably buzz past a bunch of this here and get to the good stuff. Removing this seal. This is one of the easier seals you'll ever remove here. I'm just going to take this crow's foot and go ahead and start working your way underneath the seal, prying away, working around in circles, making great care not to scar any of the sealing surfaces, which on the new seal is only directly inside of the bore and as well as on the crankshaft itself. So it's all right if you get a little bit western with it here, removing it. It does take a little persuasion. I'm going to go ahead and give you the full version here because it did take me a little bit of elbow grease here popping this old seal out. But if you've done any other rear mains, you'll know that this one is not terrible. Now, where the real cleanup comes in, we're going to spend a little time cleaning up all of these sealing surfaces real well. Like I said, this flange here is not a sealing surface on the new style of rear main here. I'm going to clean it off just so that the flange of the new seal has something to rest against nicely, but I'll spend most of the time cleaning the crankshaft itself as well as the bore inside of there. Those you do want to be clean and dry, free of any contamination. Now we're going to grab our new seal here. You have to make sure that you put the flat face against the engine here. And I'm going to start off by just popping it in place with my hand to kind of try and seat it evenly all the way around. You do have to take care not to pop off the metal flange from the rubber inner piece because the seal will separate, and after it's separated, it's probably damaged. So if it pops off a little, that's all right. If it separates into two fully separate pieces, you'll probably need to replace the seal. Here I'm going to take the soft end of my hammer and kind of seat the seal. Like I said, take care, you only hit on the black rubber part. And patience is key here. Since we're not using the special tool, we're going to take our time. We're going to work our way around the black rubber section of the seal, gently tapping until it is just about fully seated all the way around the crank. And I won't really use any more force until I see that all around it has slipped over the crank and is starting to go on. And I'll keep adjusting this to make sure that it doesn't pop all the way off. You can see here that it's just about flush with the crankshaft, and I'm going to go ahead and tap it in lightly here to get it just past flush. This will be the start of our little trick here to installing it with no special tools. Being very careful, I'm going to tap, tap, tap until it goes just past flush all the way around. Making sure not to let that flange fall too far off from the rubber section. Now we're going to grab the inside of our old seal and use that as a driver. So we can be a little more aggressive with it here. I'm going to work it around in a circle. fully seat that seal until it is flush. The flange on the seal is flush with the bell housing. And bear in mind, your old seal is going to get stuck right here. So you'll see here in just a minute, after I get it fully seated, I will, yeah, see it didn't come back off. So I will take a pry bar here and give it a little tap to mar it up out of shape. Again, being very careful not to actually tap on the crankshaft itself, only be hitting this old seal for removal here. Getting a little bit more, trying to deform it just enough to where it wants to fall off. It doesn't take a whole bunch. So I'll grab it here with some pliers and remove it, and it looks like our seal is now fully seated. We're going to go ahead with our torque sequence. So to start with, I'm going to give the seal a little tap to line up our bolt holes here. Proceed with installing our 12 cap screws. Here's our torque sequence we're going to be following out of Cummins Insight. See, it says to start 3 of the 12 bolts and tighten them to 50 inch-pounds. So I'm going to start by hand all of the bolts. And we're going to work our way around with our impact on the lowest setting, making sure not to impact these in at all. You can see I'm on the lowest setting and I never actually hammer down on any of these bolts. As we make our way around, we're going to be very careful that we don't apply any torque to these bolts beyond just running them all the way in. Next, we're going to grab our small inch-pounds torque wrench, set it to 50 inch-pounds here, and we're going to tighten 3 of the cap screws to 50 inch-pounds. So 3 equally separated bolts here. We're going to, see, I got that set now to 50 inch-pounds. We're going to tighten them all down to 50 inch-pounds. So bear with me here. I'm going to start here. I'll work my way around. I'll count 4. Work my way around and count 4. There's our first one. Here's our second. Remember guys, 50 inch-pounds is not a lot. So we're being very gentle here, and this is just to seat the seal fully. There we go. Now we're going to get out the larger torque wrench and set it to 25 foot-pounds. This will be our final torque. Main thing to remember in this step is we're going to hit the first 3 bolts that we tightened first, that we've already tightened down to 50 inch-pounds. Then we'll be working our way around, getting the next ones and tightening them the rest of the way until all of them are at 25 foot-pounds. And that's pretty much it, guys. We've worked our way around. If this video was useful for you, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.